This man, really, what really stuck to me, the beginning of fourth quarter. That's when Cleveland Cavaliers came out. They kind of, they got a comfortable lead. People are pretty much writing Golden State off now, saying maybe Cleveland may run away with this series and close it in five, the other way. But Golden State showed some relentless. They showed some pride, and when I tell you that that lead got cut to 9 like that, and it wasn't just them shooting threes, they were just moving the ball. They played physical defense, and they caught Cleveland off guard. It was like basically Golden State had to get beat up so bad that it had to literally wake them up. And I'm not going to use this as saying that maybe when Kyrie got hurt, maybe Golden State did take a step back. Maybe they took their aggression all the way down, thinking that it was going to be easier. I think that Golden State had to find some way to motivate. And LeBron James was going to score 40, 30 points every game, even if Kyrie and Kevin Love was in the game. Because literally nobody on that team can literally stop him. I'm not talking about disruption, I'm talking about stop him. He can literally get anywhere on the court that he wants to. Only thing that can hurt him is himself scoring. That's scoring. Mm-hmm. But what I saw from Golden State, I saw a team, it's like he woke a sleeping beast, a sleeping giant. I saw a team that finally woke up and said, okay, enough is enough. And they finally took the battle to Cleveland. They rushed, and Cleveland, it got to a point where you can look at the players and even look at the coaches and even look at the crowd, was like, man, they just want the game to be over, because before you knew it, they were down by 5. It was 70 to 75. And I think Curry had finally started getting his touch. I mean, the threes he was hitting were, you look at it like, man, those are tough threes, but those are threes he usually make. And I mean, Dellavedova, bless his heart, the boy was so tired. I mean, he literally had to play the first 3 quarters so hard just to play against him. And now they got a comfortable lead. Now you tell him to basically re-energize himself to close the game out. And when I tell you that Cleveland escaped, but the thing that the key to this series right now just happened, because you look at a shooter who's he hasn't really been finding his rhythm since, I want to go back to the Memphis series. The last game he played was the Rockets, game 3. That was the last time you really seen Steph Curry really just explode. Yep. And you saw that happen. When a shooter explodes, it's kind of like a fire's lit, and it kind of burns. It just burns. It's like, what I mean by it is, Steph Curry had that look. He had that look again. Now, Klay Thompson was a no-show. Harrison Barnes was a deep no-show. But Stephen Curry had that look. And sometimes you need your star player to just motivate your team. Yeah. And I saw that. And when I tell you that Golden State was in the position to take this game, but the play of the doggone game was the out-of-bounds play that happened with 10 seconds. That happened with 15 seconds. I think it was 10 or 15 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. Cleveland's up by 3. It is 91 to 94. Steph Curry had just hit a fadeaway 3 in the corner to give them, it was 88-94, and they hit a 3, and Cleveland had to call a timeout. Now, the play of the game was the weirdest thing I've ever seen. Okay, so you got I think Mike Miller's taking the ball. Mike Miller is taking the ball out, and they can't get the ball to LeBron James, I believe. And they pass the ball to Dellavedova. Klay Thompson's holding Dellavedova. Now, he reaches over, and he has his hands on the ball. Out of bounds is, they're basically 2 inches from out of bounds. Klay Thompson has his hand on the ball, so does Dellavedova. Now, the key thing is, Klay Thompson's foot is out of bounds, but he doesn't have control of the ball. So technically, I don't understand how could that be a turnover. So what initially happens is he almost strips him, but Dellavedova kind of throws the ball because he almost fell out of bounds. So he throws the ball. Harrison Barnes missed it. Iguodala grabs it. Now, first thing you think is, oh man, Dellavedova just stepped out of bounds or threw the ball to the Golden State ball. Now, the refs initially called it Golden State ball. Now, a crowd went crazy. Everybody like, hold on. So now they're like, wait. They start to talk. Now the weird thing was, in that sense, it's like, okay, Klay Thompson never had possession of the ball. Clearly, matter of fact, he had his hand on the ball for a split second, but he was out of bounds. He never had control. Dellavedova had both hands on the ball. He was not out of bounds. He threw the ball. What did I say? Initially, Golden State caught the ball anyways. Now. So they reviewed the play and they reversed the call and gave it to the Cleveland Cavaliers. Now the thing that's odd about that is, even if they couldn't get the call right, because technically it wasn't out on Klay Thompson, because if it would have been out on Klay Thompson, he would have had to have full possession of the ball, which they were both going for the ball. And with his foot hitting the out of bounds line, he had fingertips on the ball, but he didn't have control, so it should have been out on Klay Thompson. Dellavedova was not out. People reach the ball all the time, so he threw the ball in. The ball still played. Either way it goes, Golden State caught the ball, is what I'm trying to say. So what I thought they should have did, if they could not get a call right, because for one, they had to review it. If they could get the call right, they should have did a jump ball. That's usually what refs do when they don't see it justified, they can't change the call, or they know they're in the wrong. When they do, they usually do a jump ball. Now, this is what bothers me. If they would have jump ball, Klay Thompson and Dellavedova would have initially been jumping against each other, because they're the ones that had the possession, both of them between them two. Now, the odds of Klay Thompson out jumping Dellavedova is pretty good. So let's just say Golden State gets the ball back. It's 16 seconds left. Now they get the ball back. Steph Curry just hit the three. He's in the rhythm now. If he hits the three, they tie the game up. 9 times out of 10, you're looking at an overtime because the shot clock was off. Now that's the key play. So what happened? They turn up, they give the ball back to Cleveland. Cleveland gives the ball to LeBron. Now they foul LeBron. What does he do? He knocks down 2 good big free throws. Probably the biggest free throws in they were the clutchest free throws in the series so far, because if he missed them free throws, you pretty much give Golden State the ball back. And I'm gonna tell you right now, as many times the series look these overtimes, I wasn't seeing Cleveland being able to win overtime, because Golden State was literally, they had all the momentum. And when I say Cleveland escaped, they had no business. Golden State was in, just like game 2, Golden State was basically, once again, predicament where they shouldn't have been in the position, but they found a way to close the gap quick. Now, this is why I said that the series is changing, because I think I finally saw the fight that I've seen in Golden State in the Western Conference playoffs. Not the East, I'm talking about the West. Not the finals, I'm talking about the West. Against Houston, New Orleans, and Memphis. I finally saw that Golden State team in the fourth quarter. And it wasn't just Steph Curry. I mean, it was the team collectively. And I think Steve Kerr has to do a bigger job of finding out who's hot and who's not. I think he stayed with Harrison Barnes way too long. And I think Klay Thompson it just wasn't his night. And you had guys, Barbosa was playing good. Iguodala was giving you solid minutes and good defense. Green had a couple of, he was spotty, but he still didn't play a complete game. David Lee was a very big person off the bench that really helped Golden State in that run in the fourth quarter.
So what are your predictions now on the game, since the series, the final few games that's going to go on? Mm-hmm. Do you think game 4 is going to go towards Cleveland side, or are you thinking it's going towards the Warriors? I feel like the Warriors are going to win. Just looking at how they played game 1, 2, and 3, it's just they had to get their mojo, to get their feel on how to play and how to compete against the Cleveland Cavaliers. And now that I feel like they found it, like it's like, okay, now it's time to shut it down.
I think Golden State is going to carry this momentum. I think they got a lot of film to look at in the next 48 hours, and I think that they're going to look at this film, and I think they're going to make the necessary adjustments. I think it's plain and simple what they got to do. I mean, they just got to they got to play like they played in the fourth quarter. They got to play physical, aggressive defense. That was the key that was different in the fourth quarter. They played aggressive defense. They got good defense, but they played aggressive defense.
And along with the fact that, in the first quarter they came out, they was actually they weren't taking as many outside shots as they usually take.
They played inside out. They didn't play outside in. What that means is basically you shooting threes, and if they don't fall, then you work. No, they attacked the basket and found their rhythm, and then it's like Golden State, that type of team is. It's like when you see, if you're having a bad game, if your team having a bad game, you see that one person get hot. It's literally like hot potato with them. It's like, I mean, it just flows and the whole team just catches fire. That's what that. I've never. It's so crazy how this team can be playing bad individually, and then one person just gets hot, and it's like the whole team all of a sudden just starts getting hot. I'm talking about threes start falling. I mean, Klay Thompson just started busting threes in the fourth quarter. Like it was. I'm talking about threes in the top. And Stephen Curry was just the shots. It was one play in the fourth quarter with like 20 seconds of, and they were. This is crazy. This man went through 3 screens. 3 screens. 3. You look at the film. Matthew Dellavedova was chasing him. Bam, screen. Then Iman Shepherd had to pick him up. Iman Shepherd ran to another screen. Then finally Tristan Thompson had to come up and he got screened the last one. And who did they leave last? Mozgov. He came up. Stephen Curry took the most difficult 3 because he did this on the go. It wasn't a stationary 3. He was running and shot it. And when I tell you the difficult, and he hit nothing but net, that's why I said that if Golden State has yet to play a good game in this finals.
Yet to, yes.
Cleveland has been the one who's been playing all these great games and all this. Golden State hasn't played. Even though they won game 1, it wasn't a great game. Game 2, it was even worse. But they still lost by 2. This game, they were getting beat by 20 on the road. Came back to cut it down to 1. And then they it got a little chippy towards the end. And Cleveland just found a way to close it out, which was basically came down to free throws. So I think that Golden State is going to carry this momentum to Game 4, and I think I think Game 4 is going to be a bigger win for Golden State. I think they're going to get their mojo back, and I think I can predict a win as much as by 8 points. So, this is our take for Game 3. Good game. That Game 4 is Thursday, back in Cleveland.
All right, see y'all next time. Bye, y'all.
Bye.